This
So
conference will now be recorded.
spider also, but what happens is in Jupyter it becomes better to show this particular uh, pandas. Okay, so pandas functionalities and all, it is better to show in this. Okay, so that is why we are selecting Jupyter for this. Okay, so yeah, so here, so this is the way that we created the things up to yesterday. Right. So before this, I want to show you. Okay. One second. This is not the file. Uh, this file. Okay. So this is what we have seen. So how to create a series. I mean, so already we have seen how to create a series, how to create a data frame, and everything. So today, as I've told you, I will be giving some more examples. Okay. Now let's say this is one dictionary. So information is a dictionary. Okay, so what I'll do is I will say, okay, so here I'm saying information. So what is information here? Information is a dictionary. So what is this dictionary containing? So this dictionary is containing brand and founded. Okay, so brand. So under brand you have all these brands. Okay, brand of cars. Okay, so under founded you have all this. So now tell me what will be the output here. So the output is the dictionary, isn't it? Output is the dictionary. So output is going to be the dictionary. Fine. Okay. Now that same thing I will convert into a data frame. Convert into a data frame. So what it becomes now? It becomes a data frame. It becomes a data frame. So this is all we have seen yesterday, up to yesterday. Okay. Now we have some more data where I will be looking at the accessing of the data. So now today we will be concentrating on accessing of the data. So initially with some normal data, then we will look for other things. Okay. So data frame. So this is my dictionary. This is my dictionary. So we have state, Telangana, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. So capital, literacy percentage, average, high temperature and all. Okay. Now I am converting that into a data frame. Okay. Now we know that how we can access the other things like we know how we can access. Okay, so notes part I'll just put it. Uh, one notes. So today we will be working with some pandas related functionalities. So Python. So pandas functions. Okay, so pandas uh, programming. So this would be better. So pandas programming would be better. So first thing that we are going to do here is we are going to create a dictionary. So what is my dictionary here? My dictionary is going to be this. Okay, so my dictionary is going to be this, and that dictionary I converted into a data frame. Okay, converted into a data frame. So this one I'll copy. So after going home, so you need to hard code it so that you can understand it. Okay, right. Consider this data frame. Okay, now generally we know how we can access the data. Okay, so how we can access the data. Now, for example, I want to access, let's say, okay, so I'll write accessing the data, accessing the data. So how we can access the data? So here it's a combination of rows and columns. It's a combination of rows and columns. So let's say something like, okay, so let's say something like, okay, so let me insert some, okay. So now this is my data frame. So now what you observe here? So you observe that this is going to be, okay, so this is going to be 0, 1, 2, okay, so 3, 4. So but if you say 0, will I get the data? Now for example, the data frame df. Now if I say 0, will I get the data? So df of 0, if I'm saying, will I get the data? No, I will get the key error. I'll get the key error. So I'll get the key error. Yes. So if I'm saying this, I'll get the key error. So we cannot access the data in this simple manner. Okay. So you get a key error. Okay. What do you get, sir? You get the key error. You get the key error. So whenever you are trying to do like this, you are going to get the key error. Then how, sir, how I can work with it generally? Okay, you need to consider this column also. Consider this column also. Okay. Now, sir, can I do it plainly or you want me to use any other thing? Okay, let's go for 0 comma. Okay, so sorry, 0 colon. So 0 colon, in the sense we are saying 0 colon. Okay, so as you said, you consider column also. I will go for 0 colon state. So 0 colon state. So my intention is here, right or wrong, next story. So 0 and state. So I want 0 and state. Okay, so I'll say 0 comma 0 comma state. So still you are getting the key error. Okay, sir, I want to use this. So whatever we know, we'll try to use 0 colon state. So what you are getting? You are getting type error. You are getting type. Whatever we know, we will try to use. So now let's say, sir, this one. Now still type error. So what is happening, sir, here? Why it cannot be accessed and all? Okay, so why? Because so that is not the proper format. It is not the proper format. Okay. Now, how can I know the proper format and all, sir? Okay. So let me go back here. 1 second. Yeah. So now, if you see here also, we are using something like LOC and all those things. So what is that LOC and all, sir? Let's understand. Okay. So we can, as we cannot access the elements, access the data frame, access the data frame in the above manner. Okay. So how to access by using the same way, I'll tell you. But now try and understand that. So as we cannot access the data frame in the above manner, we may also go for we may also go for the LOC and ILOC techniques. But I can go for LOC and ILOC techniques. Okay. So what is this LOC technique, ILOC technique? We will try and understand. Okay. So now let me go down a bit. Here, if you observe, we are using this is called Python indexing and selection. Python indexing and selection. Okay. So how it works? Okay. Now, if you use ILOC, you have two things here: row selection, column selection. Under the rows, you can select, see, directory using, and you are using ILOC and LOC to make it easy. So if I use ILOC, I can use integer list of rows, means I can give number of rows. I can give number of rows. So, and you can give number of columns, and you can use slice of rows, slice of columns, and you can use single value and single value. So try and remember. So we will have, okay. So we will have it here. Okay. So we will put it over here. Okay. So first we are going to use the ILOs. Okay. What is that we are going to use? Okay, one second. Because if I place it here, it will be useful later. Okay, so I pasted it. So right, so now I can use this technique. So what is the first technique I told you? Integer list of rows. Rows are like 0 1 2, that way. Column list, column will also be like 0 1 2. Okay, column will also be like 0 1 2. Now for example, this can be called as 0 1 2 3 also, obviously, but we have the names, that is next case. Now what I will be doing is I will say what is my data, df dot ILOC index location. So what I can have, I can have list of rows. Now for example, I will take the same thing, 0 comma 1, 0 comma 1, 0, sorry, 0 comma 1 comma, okay, 2, or I'll put the things like this. Okay. Now if you go for, okay, so if you go for column selection, so if you go for column selection, so how can I go for the column selection? So I can, okay, so I will to put double thing, and I will say 1, or I'll say 0. 0 means, 0 means first row, I mean first column. 0 means first column. So this is always the row selection, and this is the column selection. Now see what happened. What happened? You got, very simple. You got, okay. So I will put this also, so that we can have a clear idea. So once you understand this, accessing becomes easy. Okay, now tell me what happened. What I said, index location 0 1 means this one and this one, and I want only 0. Got it? Yes sir. Is my point clear? So index location, ILOC is nothing but index location. Yeah, location I mean based on the index, location based on the index. Now slice of rows. Slice means, for example, if you are saying 4 to 7, 4 to 7 means 4, 5, and 6. Now, if you are saying 3 to 8, 3 to 8 means 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is always exclusive. Always exclusive. Okay. Okay. Now, in that case, I want, okay. So I want to have df of, let's say I want 1, 2, 3. Okay. df dot iloc. df dot iloc 1 to 3. Okay, so 1 2 3 means I want 1 and 2 only. I want 1 and 2, 3 is excluded. Okay, and I want so I want something like uh, 2 colon 4. 2 colon 4. So what is 2 colon 4? Okay, one second. um, I'll lose one second. I'll see 1 2 3. So 1 2 3 means 1 2 should come. 2 to 4. Why it is saying invalid syntax? So 1 2 3. Okay. So comma 2 to 4. Okay. So no need of that extra brackets. Okay. So 1 2 3 and 2 to 4. 1 to 3 and 2 to 4. So what you are getting here? So what you're getting here? Try and understand. Okay. So you are getting 1 2, no? 1 to 3 means 1 and 2. 1 and 2 because 3 is exclusive. 2 to 4. Who is 2 4? So this is 0 1 2 3. So 2 to 4 means 4 is exclusive. So 2 and 3. Literacy percentage and average high temperature. Clear? Yes. So that's the way you are going to get the things with the second option. Okay. What is the third option? Single values. Single values in the sense I want something like, so df of, okay, so df dot iloc of, okay, so iloc of 1 comma 4. Oh, sorry, single value, no? Using brackets is important. Positional out of bounds, okay, right? So you are getting 1 and 30. 1 and 30. 1 and 30 means, okay, so we'll try without this. So 1 and 3. Okay, so 1 and 3, what you are getting? Why you are getting 30? Why you are getting 30? So here 1 and 3. 1 and 3, you are getting 30. Right? But you are not getting the column name and everything, no? So that is why I am using the brackets. Using the bracket. So 1 and 3. So 1 and 3. Okay, so this is why uh, it's important to have the bracket. No sir, without bracket also I can use, no? Yes, you can use. So but you will get a single value only. You will get a single value. Now, for example, I'm saying, okay, so how much you are getting? You are getting 30. Done. Here. So that is the way that you are dealing with the ILOC. So ILOC, but we are using what? We are using the column numbers. We are using the column numbers. So, but we have to use the column names also. We have to use the column names also. Okay. So other examples are there here. You can just check it out later. Okay. Right. So now what we are using here? Okay, one second. We want to use the column names. Okay, so we want to use the column names. So for example, if I am using the column name here, so let's say I want to use the column name here. Let's say, so what is 3 actually? So 3 is going to be, okay, so we'll use state rather. So 1 comma state, will it allow? It won't allow. So it says numeric indexes. What it says? Numeric indexes. So it is not allowed. So index ILOC means it works only with the index. It works only with the index. So it won't work with the, it won't work with what? Okay, so I'll write a note. What is the note here? ILOC will not work with, so ILOC will not work with so ILOC will not work with what? Will not work with the, okay, so ILOC will not work with the what? ILOC will not work with the what? With the names. Okay, so with the names. Okay, so with the okay, I'll write column names. ILOC will not work with the column names. Okay. So index error. Why you are getting index error? Because it is working with the state. Then how sir? Then what is the way that I can go for? You can go for LOC. You can go for LOC. So LOC mainly work with the column names. If you see John, Sarah, okay, all these things. But row will not have column. The row will not have names. No, sir. Then how? Okay, we will solve that problem also. So next is using LOC. Using LOC. So what does LOC tell you? LOC will tell you that I will work on the, okay. So LOC will tell you what? I will work on the uh, column names. I'll work on the column names and the row names. Column names and the row names. Okay. Now what we will do is we will go for, okay. So LOC. So if you observe LOC here, 1 comma capital. So for rows, uh, you are looking at the row names. Row name. So that is why it is allowed. So it is working with the row name. So now in this data, these are only row names, no? These are only row names, literally. Yes or no? So that is why it is working on them. It is working on them. Okay. So here it is taking this and it is taking the names. It is taking the names. Okay. Now let's go for, okay. So now we will have the example. Now what is my idea is here? I want to access Kerala and Tamil Nadu capital. I want to know Kerala and Tamil Nadu capital. I want to know Kerala and Tamil Nadu with the capitals. So I want Kerala and Tamil Nadu with the capitals. Okay. Now how to use LOC? 3 comma 4. Okay. So because here you observe. So 3 comma 4. Okay. And what do you want? State and capital. It is as simple as that. Okay. Right. So that is very, very easy to understand, isn't it? Okay, now we will go for it. Okay, so we will have our own example rather than looking at that. Df dot loc. This is analysis for you. This is what is called analysis. Okay. Now what I want 2 comma 3. 2 comma 3 is what? 2 comma 3 is state and capital. State and okay. So look at the spellings. Spelling should be correct. State and capital. So state and capital spellings are right. 2 and 3. Okay, 3 and 4 are. So okay. So we'll go for 2, 3 and 4. What is that? Got it? Yes. We got 2, 3 and 4 capitals. Yes or no? So state 2, state 3, state 4. Okay, so with their capitals, clear. So that's the way you look at the things. Understanding? So this is the way that you look at the things, right? So you are getting 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and state and capital. 2, 3, 4, and state and capital. Got it? Okay. So now we will use the first style. So what is the first style, sir? First style is one single. Now you can tell. So if I want to use single, how can I use? df dot loc. Okay, so df dot loc. I want only one. I want only one. I want only once literacy rate. I want only once which rate? Literacy rate or the literacy percentage. I want once literacy percentage. Right? 77. So you are not getting that name. Name you are not getting. Okay. So only literacy percent. So that is the meaning, right? So I want to get the literacy percentage of the first row. So I'm not getting any labels. I'm not getting any labels. I'm not getting any labels, right? Okay. So now I want labels means what I can do. I can just try something like one, and I can put square brackets and check. Literacy percentage is 77%. Now this is a series of data. What is this? Series of data. This is a series of data. So literacy percentage is the series of the data. Clear? Understanding my point? So this is going to be the series now. Okay. Supposed to spiral. But this is easy to show. That is why I'm showing you this spiral. Yes, spider law kuda it will work. Okay. Then we will go for the third style. So what is the third style? Is third style is so you can have the Boolean index. You can have the Boolean index. So now I want uh, the people with something like uh, greater than 77%. Greater than 77%. So I want the states with with more than 70%. With more than 70%. Okay. So what I want here, I want the states. Okay. So I want to show the state also. I want to show the state and their literacy percentage. Show the states with the literacy percentage. Literacy percentage above 70. Above 70. Above 70. Literacy percentage above 70. Okay. Now how can I write? So you select DA of ILOC Now you want all the states. You want all the states. All the states you want. So all the states you want means you can simply say this. Okay. So percentage, no? Right. All the states where, okay, literacy percentage greater than, uh, okay, so greater than 70. Oh, sorry. We are using ILOs. So, so literacy percentage greater than 70%. And what you want? You want the state and capital, no? So you want the state. We only show the states it is there. Why it is saying this? One second. ILOC only index, yeah. Using it correct only, no? Oh, sorry. Okay, so DF of literacy, no? So this is what we are forgetting. So DF of uh, so DF of literacy greater than, uh, using correct only, no? So DF of literacy percentage greater than 70, and you are having the states. Okay, same thing we are doing. Okay, no problem. So DF of literacy greater than, okay, bracket we were placing here. Okay, that's the problem. Okay. So DF of literacy greater than 70. So which states are having higher than 70? Almost every state is having higher than 70. Okay, so now let's say higher than 80. So how many states are higher than 85? Okay, so higher than 85. So only Telangana and Kerala are having it literacy percentage higher than 85. Yes. Okay. So this is the way that we can use which index? Boolean index. Which index? Boolean index. So Boolean index we can find. Okay. So this is the way that we can work with the data which is created from the dictionary. Which is created from the dictionary. So we created this data from a dictionary. And now you can even get the data, okay, you can even get the data from a CSV file, from a CSV file. So you can get the data from a CSV file. So CSV file in the sense, suppose now Pokemon.csv file is there. So this file I'll be giving you. So what you need to do is, so you need to put everything at one place and you have to take it. Okay. So if you are not getting it, you can ask me. So all your file, so file, the program file and your CSV file and everything should be at one place. Everything should be at one place. Okay, so at that time only it will work. Okay, what is the function here? Read underscore csv pokemon dot csv pokemon dot csv. So pd dot read csv, and in that we will have pokemon dot csv. So this file I'll give you. Okay, so what is csv file? CSV file is a file which will be looking like, now for example, like this. So it will generally open in Excel. Okay, it will generally open in Excel actually. Okay, so I have all this data. Now all this data will be coming to my data frame. Will be coming to my data frame. Now see this, all data we have fetched. We have fetched all the data. So this is the real data, real time data. Okay, so real time also you will have in files. These are called flat files. So from flat files you are going to get the things. Got it? Okay, now I'll say head. Head means head will give you the first five records. Head will give you what? It will give you the first five records. First five records. Okay, by default, it will give you first five records. Okay, by default, it will give you what? First five records. Okay, then you can say 10. So it's up to us. If you want 10 records, 15 records, you can put it in the bracket. Okay, yes. So take 10 records. Take 10 records. So we are taking 10 records here, right? Okay. So again, tail means bottom five records. Okay. Tail means what? Bottom five records. Bottom five records, right? So head means how many records? Okay, this file I'll give you. So how many total rows are there in that file? How many total rows are there in that file? So importing CSV. So how many total rows are there? 800 rows are there. How many columns are there? 13 columns are there. Okay, how many rows are there? 800. How many columns are there? 13 columns are there. Okay. So next, we will go for something like, okay, head already we have done. No? So head take 10 records. So by default, you can take 10 records, right? Okay. Then bottom five records. So tail means you will get bottom five records. So suppose if I'm saying tail of two only. So I'll get only two records. I'll get only two records. Okay. Right. So this is like checking the data, how the data is given and all those kind of stuff. Okay. Then we'll quickly finish it. Then info means it will give the complete information. What is the type? How many elements are there? How many columns are there? What is the data type of each and every column? What is the total size? How many bool are there? How many int are there? How many object are there? So the string type is object only. String type is object. So what is info? What is info will give? Info will give you the total information. Total information. Okay. So that file also I will give. You can write. Okay. So now you will have something like describe. Something like describe. So what describe will give you? No, describe will give you the statistical information. Describe will give you which information? Statistical information. So statistical information of the data. So what it will give you, sir? It will give you the statistical information: count, mean, standard deviation, min. So these are 25th percentile, 50th percentile. Percent not is not percentage, it is percentile. So statistically it is a little bit different. You don't have to worry about. So this is mainly for data science, data analysis, those people. Okay, you have max. Okay, and then so I will have describe. Okay, so describe dot t means t will give you transpose. T will give you transpose. Okay, So transpose, right? Now all this already we have done. Okay. Now what I will do is, so I will try to set the index. I will change the index now. I'll change the index. So now previously index was uh, given by the system. Now I want to change the index. I want to change the index. Okay. So to take the real use of the LOC, transpose. Transpose means rows to columns, columns to rows. Rows to columns, columns to rows. Not very important, but anyhow. Okay. So what is there here? Count, mean, they came like this, no? So they will come up. Transpose means columns to rows and rows to columns. Columns to rows and rows to columns. Okay. Transpose. Okay, so this is called transpose. Transpose transpose means rows to columns and columns to rows. Rows to columns and columns to rows. So that's the real meaning. Okay. Columns to, I mean, rows to columns and columns to rows. Fine. And then we will talk about uh, the real use of the LOC. So by setting the index. Okay. By setting the index. So now what we are doing? We are setting the new index. We are setting the new index. Okay. Setting the new index. Setting the new index. So you are going to set the new index. Okay, right. So we are setting type 2 as the index. We are setting what? Type 2 as the index. So if you observe here, so we have type 1, type 2. So now I want to set type 2 as the index. This is original index actually. Now I want to make a column. I want to make a column into index. When to make a column into, so this type will go and sit here. Okay, right. So how to do that? We can use something like set underscore index. So we are having, okay, so df is there already. So Pokemon data is in df, isn't it? Okay, one second. So it is there in df. Okay, so okay, anyhow, we'll run it once again. So DFPMN is having the Pokemon index, I mean Pokemon data. So we are setting up the index. Okay. So what we are doing here, setting up the index to type 2 in place. In place means no need to assign and all. Okay. Now if you observe here, okay, we ran it now. So DF Pokemon, okay, type 2. Set index type 2 is also there. No? So name FPMN is not defined. We define, no? PD underscore ACS. We are getting it. Sorry. Oh, sorry. DEF. D type. Okay. Now, what is type 2? Type 2 has become the new index. Type 2 has become the new index. Observe. So, this is how you can set up the new index. Now, what is the power of LOC? The power of the LOC is nothing but okay. So power of the LOC is nothing but what? So it is going to access It is going to access. Okay. So it is going to access what? So it is going to access the index. Access the index. Which index? Not numeric index. Numeric index means ILOC will take care. What is the power of LOC? It is going to take this non-numeric index also. It can take the non-numeric index also. So that is the power of LOC. Now go down a bit. Now you see. Now you have LOC poison. So previously you were using numbers. Okay. So there is a type 2 poison. Okay. So poison brand. Okay. uh, Poison brand total and speed. Total and speed. So poison brand total and speed. This is total to speed. Understand the difference? So here access poison index from total and speed columns. From which columns? Total and speed columns. Total and speed columns. Okay, so total and speed columns, right? So we have total speed of all the poison variety, right? So with this what happens is the user will easily know what I need. Okay, so 1 2 3 he will not count, no, he will not sit and count this one. Okay, so that is analysis for you. Okay, now I want access poison index from total to speed. Total to speed. Total to speed. Total to speed. Right? Total to speed. Understanding my point? So total to speed. So total to speed and total to speed and hmm, total and speed. So the difference is that. So difference is you okay. So difference is okay. Access poison index from total and speed columns. And what is the other one? Total to speed. Total to speed. So you are having from total to speed, right? So that's the way you are going to look at the things, right? Okay. Then okay. So we'll discuss all the other things tomorrow, right? Okay. So Vamshi brain is getting heated. Huh? Okay, fine. So we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. So from tomorrow we'll start at 9:30. Okay, everyone. We'll start the class at 9:30, 9:30 to 10:30.